This is good. Yeah, cheers.
To the Meme Intelligence Agency and those of you out there in TV land giving us a watch and a listen. This is a double live episode, an in real life live episode. It's an amazing thing. It's one of the first in a long time. Here we are. Is the Starcash documentary still March 18th for early access? Or is it now March 25th? First question of the stream.
It is the 25th now. There's also going to be a live event in Los Angeles that will be announced in the next few days. It will be a premiere. There will be joyous... What are you looking for, the cards?
Oh, there we go. Look at
There will
that.
be joyous, jubilant celebrations. We'll be selling cards IRL, and sales and shipping and whatnot will go live on the 25th. So I think right now you can sneak onto the site and buy stuff, but it will there will be very cool mystical packages ready on the 25th as well. But
What are we drinking? We are drinking Shiner Bach.
Wait, let me just think of the other Starcash things to say. We'll also on this pod be talking to the director and talking. That's later, secret surprise. But yeah, it is still happening. Still happening. It's better than ever.
Big things coming soon. Big things coming soon. Well, it's throwing up 6-7s galore for the Antares conjunction.
Throwing up celebratory 6-7s.
Shall we take a look at some of the new cards?
So you hand us a shirt.
Sure. Let's pull up some of the Trans-Neptunians.
Beautiful t-shirt. This will be in the available packages. We got all of the possible aspects in the world on the back, and then a nice little "You Are Here" character, and very, very beautiful merch. Plus a custom reprint, special edition Trans-Neptunian version of Symbol, the Gift of Thoth.
Let's start. I want to, if any of you know game, if any of you know ball, shout out the Trans-Neptunian planet you want us to talk about right now. I'll give them a chance and then I'll just dig into the ones I want to talk about.
To the fans.
Cards look like a box of condoms. That's because these are going to make you fuck more, just like the box of condoms. Only people who are fucking have these cards right now. All of you scrubs out there not getting any. Cards are not for you. What's that hand on your coat? What's better, El Topo or the Holy Mountain or Sansa. To me, I think the Holy Mountain, probably the biggest and best, but El Topo I think has some of the most profound visuals, and I can't lie, I've not seen Santa Sagre. I wouldn't lie to you all.
I'm a Holy Mountain forever
Holy Mountain
fan.
stand. All right, let's dig in. Do you have a planet we should talk about of these?
Apollon.
What's this cornball streaming software with meme analysis in the corner? All right, pick
I
a
think
planet.
it's
Pick a planet.
StreamYard.
StreamYard. It's got a duck on it.
Let's look at
I like Dirt Bike by They Might Be Giants. Beware of the Dirt Bike.
Apollon.
People want... Okay, you want to talk about Apollon? I don't want to talk about Apollon. People are asking, are the cards on the Starcash site? Can we pre-order them? People want...
Yeah, you could buy them now, hypothetically.
You can
pre-order
start-
them.
you can pre-order
They're not
them.
going to ship and
So
start
go
shipping
on
until the 20th.
starca.sh and you can pick up your Starcash cards right now. All right. I don't know, pick another other than Apollon.
Hades.
Let's talk. Yeah, Hades is a good one. So Hades, in this case, so something to keep in mind is that the Trans-Neptunians are named after Greek fixtures generally. So here we have Hades rather than Pluto. And as such, it has a different significance. Hades is like filth, degradation, misery, undergroundness in general, what is below, what is horrid and bad. It is opposed by Kronos. Kronos, of course, being what is above, what is on top. So here we can see Kronos and Hades. If any of you are real, yet again, real ball knowers, you have our cryptid deck, and so you know the 36 card format which I've developed. As such, Kronos is given to Kether. Hades is given to Malkuth, the degraded material world, while Kronos being Kether, I think, is very, very fascinating. Especially this reading of Kronos, you know, Saturn is like the fallen form. People always think about Saturn being so, you know, disgusting and evil and child-eating, but you got to keep in mind this is only after he has kids. This is only after he used to be chill AF, happy AF before those damn kids. Before he became a baby daddy, Saturn, Kronos was really happy, and he was in fact the ruler of the Golden Age. This is something people forget. Very similar to King Arthur. We look back so fondly at King Arthur, but in his time, he was not widely loved because there was always war and fighting going on. People, you know, yearned for the decadence of the past. So Kronos is the ruler of the Golden Age in the case of Kronos as Kether in this deck.
For anyone who saw the MIA story, we might do an IRL in Brooklyn meetup next week. There was a suggestion to do it during spring break for the MIA goons who were in college who wanted to come. So it's also kind of dreary today. So we're thinking some point next week we're at an undisclosed location in New York right now.
Golden to lead, very well said in terms of Kronos becoming Saturn becoming disgusting. Also, oh, you guys were the two-headed worm in my dream last night. I like that.
Makes me think of the logo we were looking at earlier today. It's Ouroboros with two different animals as the heads. What's been going on in the world? We did this like a week ago. So someone throw out some topics. What do y'all want to hear?
Let's get some questions. Or we can start reading for you all.
Oh yeah, there are tarot cards here. I hear Blair's laugh in my sleep. Is it scary or is it comforting? I like to fall asleep with noise in the background. Like I enjoy hearing people talk. There was a period I was living in a place that there were many parties and things happening constantly. And spring equinox soon. Yeah, what is that, March 21st?
The war will not simply end. Love your videos. Thank you, Sifu Frank Hader.
We actually do have a war hypothetical in-date prediction from a trusted astrologer of the MIA. It was, what, the 18th of?
April.
18th. Okay. The 18th of April will be a very significant day in the war. You know, we should just have, you want to speak on this? We could have the Starcash director.
You're going to go in the middle?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go in the middle.
You might need to scoot over a little bit.
But you got to stay in frame too. But,
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring a chair over.
wow, there's like no light.
You
Hi.
want to introduce?
This is Hayley. Hayley, the wonderful and talented. The wonderful and talented Hayley Garrigus,
Hello.
director of
You Can't Kill Me.
You Can't Kill Me, which I can't recommend because it's not about us.
But you know, I did actually reach out to Chris during the making of it.
Wait, Chris not responding to a message? There's no way.
Chris didn't
There's no
respond.
way.
If this is to say, if you keep messaging me at length, eventually we could even be in the same room together. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Yes. And then what were we talking about?
Director of Starcash and knower of secret astrological predictions.
Yeah, one of the subjects we were, helping mimetically amplify in the past few days was telling us of a specific date. She could probably recount it better. I don't want to be held to this either. You're going to get clipped for this. So
No.
come very close to the
Yeah,
camera
come
and
very
say
close.
exactly what you think will happen on what date.
It was not I that predicted this, but a trusted astrologer in the film said that on April 18th, it is a harsh day for Iran. If there is to be a large bomb dropped, it will be on that day. So
What planets or bodies were being activated that gave bomb? Zeus?
Zeus was there.
yeah, Zeus was
There was
there.
a couple things all at once.
Yeah.
He was also talking about how we were looking at, what is with the light? Okay, there we go. Iran's chart is very fascinating. They are basically completely suited for this style of warfare. That if things do not end on the 18th, that they could survive said bomb. I know it was like,
They basically
Oh no,
they
desert.
It won't end them. That was, I think, the most fascinating because you even asked, will this end them? And they keep going.
they're fortuitous in military conflict. They're like base proclivities in their chart make it so they would last.
They're not one to surrender.
But that's some comments on the conflict going on right now.
Have you all ever traveled to countries outside the first world?
Yes.
Yes. Not
Yes.
me, but oh no, I've never gone to the colonies.
We were almost going to take a extended trip to Ecuador, and for an undisclosed thing, and these two were fervently against it.
All right, wait. Chris's book Alluvia is not $22 sized. I'm going to tell you something. It's $22. It's got $22 motion though. It's got $22 subject matter. I'm being lenient with that price. Never forget. Speaking of random guys, Jason. Of course, you've heard of Giordani. How do I best express having my Venus in Pisces? It is exalted, but I feel repressed as of late. Well, I mean, you're just getting out of Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. It's unsurprising. But tell us what house it's in. Tell us what house it's in. Can y'all call Rick Rubin on stream? I wouldn't do that, but we could, but he's probably not in the U.S., so the time zones wouldn't line up. $22 ain't even that much. You're right. That comment might make me raise the price. I'm going to call Finn right now and be like, all right, it's got to be $44 now.
We're going to look on the back end of the orders and we're going to correspond it to your account. And we're going to charge you 8 times as much.
Are y'all in the new headquarters?
Auxiliary office. This is for field work in New York. Operation Dime Square Evisceration was a success. Clavicular killed the Milady founder.
What should people born under a bad star do in life? I think that that's not a bad position to be in. Plenty of stars have active evil influences. Plenty of people have to do bad things, or suffer. It's a divine thing to be put in this life with a goal, with a thing to do.
His Pisces Venus is in the 9th house.
That should be good. I think that's a pretty good.
There might be like oppositions or something.
Yeah, are there be clavicular brutally frame mugged by ASU frat leader? He was flummoxed.
It was flummoxed.
There was nothing he could do.
How did you find Gary?
How did I find Gary? I found Gary through a network of astrologers over the age of 55, who've all been doing this for many, many years. And
Why is a
the-
non-man in the center?
why is it not? Is that someone asked?
Can you justify it, Hayley?
Well, there should be like a woman sandwich.
We are always centering women. That's the real answer. Also, we are forming the trigram of fire when he comes in. This is yang, yin, yang, which is the trigram of fire, which is the sun. Who was I? Was I telling you? I was saying, oh, you can read the I Ching naturally.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect example. If you all want to do I Ching out in the field without using coins or sticks, this is a perfect example. Gender dynamics provide a perfect understanding of yin yang. You can also do it like by car color, if it's like a black car or a white car. It's very easy to read the Tao in nature.
On Hayley's answer to the Gary question, I think listening to anyone above the age of 30 on it's probably higher than 30 now, let's say 40, on serious subject matter, people who have read books, who do not have Twitter opinions, who don't have Twitter-based opinions, is a great way to find. Also, deep what it is knowers, who influences the influencers, trace the lineage of who taught who what, who are like the living masters, which I think Hayley did for her film quite well.
Mm-hmm. Is magic demonic?
No. How often is meme analysis hype mogged? Wouldn't you like to know?
How often does meme analysis Tom Thumb mog?
Can one cultivate orgiastic potency while doing martial arts, or is doing martial arts a symptom of character armor? No, I don't. I think that all exercise, all bodily motion is good. I certainly wouldn't maintain an aim of violence.
Of orgasmic fervor.
Will you ever speak with who is PF Young? What do you mean? Would I ever speak? Who is this?
PF Chang.
Any plans on an official collaboration with ProSopa Insights? All I can say is that there might be something in the works right now. I was just showing you yesterday.
If ProSopa is listening or sees this also, I think if he wants to come to LA, we have an idea for the premiere of Starcash that I think he would be a very wonderful addition to. Something involving the astrological body types.
Thoughts on Kerouac? I first learned about Reich from him and was a master of typewriter magic. I like Kerouac. I like the Dharma Bums. I like On the Road. But to me, he is lesser than Burroughs. Ginsberg is lesser than Burroughs. Burroughs is the eldest of them all, and he is, to me, the best among them. The most you can get is by reading Burroughs rather than reading Kerouac. But Kerouac is good for adventure. Like, you should try to do Kerouac stuff. I don't know if you should do Burroughs stuff. That is a bit of a problem. How do I get the strength of Samson? You know, I guess you say Shazam. But Samson is the sun. He is the sun. He's a solar hero. I was just reading about it in The White Goddess. Thank you. Just reading about Samson here, so it's funny that you mentioned it. Let me see if I can find this passage. So you all keep talking. I'm going to find this.
Someone asked if I was honor levy.
Yes.
Yes.
The secret identity here for you to hold. We all have a card now. Let's see. What are some good questions? Seven of Swords, futility. Burroughs is far superior. I would agree. Samson's power is only manifested by. I think his power was in his hair. No,
Yes.
you need to grow beautiful locks.
I'm about to find this passage on Samson.
Mm-mm-mm.
There we go. The name Samson means of the sun, and Dan, his tribe, is an appellation of the Assyrian sun god. Samson, like Hercules, killed a lion with his bare hands, and his riddle about the bees swarming in the carcass of the lion which he had killed, if returned to iconographic form, shows Aristaeus, the Pelasgian Hercules, father of Actaeon, the stag cult king and the son of Chiron the centaur, killing a mountain lion on Mount Pelion, from the wound in whose flesh the first swarm of bees emerged. In the Cuchulainn version of the same story, Bloodued is named Blathnat and extracts from her husband, King Curoi, the only man who ever gave Cuchulainn a beating, the secret that his soul is hidden in an apple in the stomach of a salmon, which appears once every 7 years in a spring on the side of Slieve Miz, the mountain of Amerigan's dolmen. This apple can be cut only with his own sword. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff.
I kind of want to have people call in and see.
Yeah,
see
we
what-
can. Let's have some call-ins done.
You get to
I
ask
sent-
an IRL woman the first time. I think is this the first?
First time we've
Well,
ever had
we've
a
had
woman
it.
on the pod.
Yeah.
Cringe. We cringe now.
TF is this guy yapping about?
I will say, I'm not going to lie to you all. Not all of that passage I understood. This is an insane book. This is an extremely complicated book, and I do think the guy is kind of nuts. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, I'm sending this in the Discord, in the Meme Analysis Discord. You will be the first to be on this. If you want to call in and you want advice, you want to talk to us for a second. And remember, say, this is blank calling in from blank. And I'm going to enter you in by saying, hello, caller. You're on the air. Just like good old-fashioned coast to coast. So those of you in the Discord, there are 30 of you online right now. Now is the time. Go to the announcement section. Click that link. Get ready to come on the air. It's just about time.
Do you invite them in there?
Yeah.
Don't worry. We know how to do it.
Can repeat people ask questions again, Chris?
Yeah. That's fine.
All right. If you came on last time, you can come on again.
Additionally, all of you should be reading my weekly Tetragrammaton articles about the I Ching, my translation of the I Ching, and subscribe to my Substack, Effluvia. And if you want a tarot card reading from me or a birth chart reading from me, email me at memeanalysis2@gmail.com. This is your chance. Let's see, if we don't get anybody in the Discord, we are going to give it to the Insta.
Why are they calling me Honor?
The Substack is fired. Thank you, Outtuition. All right.
Thank you.
Should a true magician?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Here is. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
What's up, guys? Can you
E-Dog,
hear me?
I forgot. I don't have headphones. Wait.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, cool. This is
What would you like to know, E-Dog?
there's a bit of a delay. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead with this. So,
What do you got for us? What's the question?
What is the question? Oh,
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. We don't have headphones in right now, so the audio is a little bit garbled. Maybe I'll put the volume down a tiny bit. can't find all the tarot articles.
Should a
Just
true
to be-
magician goon?
Should a true magician goon? Only if you want to do evil goon magic. The echo was brutal. My apologies, everybody. I don't have headphones. This is a trouble. This might be troublesome. It might be difficult to do without the headphones. The headphones are at home in my bag.
Perhaps
Rest in peace. My apologies to Eva.
they can message. Oh,
Calvin.
all right, Calvin.
Hello, caller. You're
Hi.
on the air.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, my question is, in this age of Aquarius, what role does the opposing force of Leo play, and how can I channel Leo?
Wonderful. All right. Thank you. So, what role does Leo play in the Aeon? This is something that Crowley talked about at length. Crowley said that the first 1,000 years, really, of the age of Aquarius is going to look more like Leo. The Aquarian side comes after. Something that we were posting about recently is l'état c'est moi, I am the state, or après moi le déluge, after me the flood. This is a perfect illustration of Leo in opposition to Aquarius. So after the king, then the flood. This is the French Revolution. This is a very prophetic statement from, I believe, Louis the 15th. Meowl as well is a perfect illustration of the opposition of Leo and Aquarius. In the house cat, we have Leo, and in the owl, we have Aquarius. And it is that combination. Though they are both lunar, though they are both becoming singular, they remain opposed. Birds are of the air, and thus we're getting that kind of Aquarian thing. I don't remember if I told you all of this in a previous episode. Almost certainly I did, but the Aesop's fable, The Lion and the Frogs, this is a really good illustration of the role that the Leonic plays in the Aquarian realm. Being individual in a situation where mass crowd psychology is emerging. The first book in English teaches us to fear cats. First book in English, is that
Like a Gutenberg Bible type deal.
no, I think it might be Canterbury Tales, because I think Chaucer is the first to decide to write in English, though I could be wrong. MIA being bombed live. Don't even say that, Beeb Keeper.
That's scary.
Been pushing Chris to do a Meowl analysis, if y'all are familiar with that meme. It's a creature that has transcended cat fandom. He is a AI amalgam.
Oh my god, he is balding. A rare Gabriel L. Shut the fuck up. It's literally not. Look at this beautiful head of hair. Beautiful and full. I dare you to hair match me. Post your damn scalp and let's see. Let's go 1-to-1. Even if I was bald, it wouldn't matter, because Aleister Crowley was bald. We love baldness. But guaranteed, more hair than you. Fuck you.
No, bro, you need to take finasteride. There's only good things that could happen to you.
Finn says it well. I've known Chris for 12 years, and he has had the same hair the entire time. This is my hairline from high school. Nothing has changed. I've been an old man my whole life.
Also, women don't really care about hair. That is the truth. No one wants to tell you.
We're holding her at gunpoint under the camera.
How do you resist getting swept up in crowd psychology? That's a fascinating question. I really don't know if I could give an answer. This is simply...
It's a Blair question. No.
Chris has been losing chest hair. Finn, what is you talking about? Look at this. Yet again, go not Finn, but anybody among you. Go band to band with me. Go strand to strand with me. How do you tune yourself to do tarot readings? You should read all of my 78 articles on tetragrammaton.com. I go in depth on each tarot card. You can learn a great deal from that text. Spiro, good to see you. Good to see you. Spiro, you know I'm not a reptilian. I'd be much more of an avian, I think. Like an eagle, an aquiline being. But good to see you, Spiro. When I'm back in LA, we should hang out again. That was a joyous night. My male gaze can't resist all this show off of hairs. Thoughts on Jared? I don't know who Jared Delmire is. Are vampires real? Vampires are absolutely real. I need to go drinking in a pub with you, brothers. I know. Finn, you got to come to New York again. We're all here. Just come down. Or I guess come up. Sasquatch or gremlin? I'm picking the gremlin. Though I am a Sasquatch, I would pick the gremlin. As an old man, I was born, but I've grown to be a baby. The more fool am I. If you guys were furries, what animals would you be?
A fox.
You'd be a fox.
Mm-hmm. They have the cutest suits.
Probably a meowl. People say I look like an emu also.
I'd probably like to be a fox as well.
Reynard.
How long are y'all in New York City? I could say it's a business trip. I mean, at length, yeah? Fairly at length.
On paper, like 11 more days. So next week, whoever's around, come. We're going to pick a park. What area of New York are we in right now?
Brooklyn.
Like what part of Brooklyn? Brooklyn's
you
big.
can't be saying that.
Say like a general borough.
Brooklyn is the borough.
Brooklyn is the borough.
I thought Brooklyn was like the whole side outside of Manhattan. No.
Queens.
Okay.
The owls are not what they seem. Chris, please talk about the archetype of the evil woman. I've talked about the evil woman so at length, but I still have plenty to say. It's very interesting reading this Robert Graves book. Really cooking lots of stuff. What do you think about Charles Manson? Well, my good pal Tom O'Neill has a book for you, Chaos. You should read Chaos. Can you do a quick Slenderman scream analysis? I did a Slenderman video, probably close to 6 or 7 years ago. All right, we have a guest. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Oh no, I just woke up. I just clicked on the stream. What am I gonna do?
This sounds like Glet from Smiling Friends.
I don't know. Is that better or is it worse?
We can kind of hear you now.
Oh my god. What's up, guys?
What's up, Sour Acolyte? What would you like to know?
What is the end of 2026 gonna look like? Tell me.
What?
End of 2026.
End of 2026?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. For me, in my forecast, for my chart, it's good. As for everybody else, I don't know.
It's pretty good for me too. Yeah.
We're gonna be doing a-okay.
But we have blessed charts.
Thoughts on 9 Inch Nails? Big fan of 9 Inch Nails. What furry would you be like? More like I think somebody was saying animal-headed Egyptian god. I would like to be interchanging between Thoth, Taurus. I'm friends with herons. I do love a heron. Absolutely whimsical. Bro wants a prophecy. It seemed all right. Oh, sorry, we already talked to you.
Wasn't here twice.
So nice, you see him twice.
There are prophecies in Starcash.
There are prophecies in Starcash.
So that answer will be, or question will be answered.
Is remediation enough to chart mog? I mean, that's a fascinating question. I think you can life mog somebody, even if they chart mog you. If they don't take full use of a blessed chart, of a chart mogging chart, then you could life mog them. But I don't think remediation is enough to chart mog, no. The chart is innate. What's that nutty book you were reading earlier? The White Goddess, same as last week. Memes are just AI or Fed generated now. Only 5% of them are organic. I know, Nostalgia. That's why I don't do any meme analysis memes at this point, because they're all pretty bad. But I'm still here. Still here for you all. I just noticed there are Egyptian furry gods. Makes sense. There's a lion, a sheep, a monkey, and a horse. Put them in order of preference. That's a good. All right. This I like. Thank you, Madam Shaw. I'm going horse, lion, monkey, sheep for me.
What are they? Lion, sheep, monkey, and horse. Yeah, I think horse, sheep, monkey, lion.
Really, you're putting lion bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Classic woman. Blair?
Monkey.
Monkey number one.
Wow.
Monkey, lion, horse, sheep.
Okay. Thoughts on cloning and tech mimicking humans? I think everybody should watch The Sixth Day, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fascinating. Does the White Goddess have something to say about the evil woman? Absolutely, extensively. Talks a lot about the ritual killing of kings by their divine wives. Super fascinating material. Would you do a video on the meme, A Very Chinese Time in My Life? Well, I'm going to tell you all, I have been doing extensive Chinese work for like the past 5 years. Everybody should go on tetragrammaton.com or on my Substack, read my writing on the I Ching, which is the primordial Chinese text. I don't like Castaneda. Carlos Castaneda is boring and dumb.
Friend of the pod, Anthrodorphins or something. Anthrodorphins has a video on a very Chinese time on Instagram and YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Lollipop Sunder, thank you. I fucking love meme analysis. Thank you. Aeon generated content. So well said, A1 user. That is a grand compliment. Chris, thoughts on the runes? You can also go on my Substack if you pay. I have my translation of the Icelandic rune poem and my correspondences of the runes. And down the line, we have a deck that's just about ready to print about the runes. Fuck, I need more beer.
Haley, what's next after Starcash?
What's next up for Starcash?
Next after Starcash. Come closer.
Oh, I'm done with documentaries. So, no more documentaries for a while. That's what's next. Only fiction. Purely fiction.
Can you give any hints as to the narrative pieces you are working on?
A Hollywood story that weaves in the JPL explosion and the Cabal. And then
What does that mean?
why is it so dark?
Yeah, I don't know.
My computer is trying to adjust.
Why is magic useless for 99% of people?
Most people
are
don't
not.
have souls. The JPL, I mean, there's some first lifers. It's hard to wield, but
You should do analysis on specific fetishes, Finn. That's something. You remember when we played that game with your friend? That used to be something I made with content with Lydia, friend of the pod, Lydia Wren. Freak analysis. Thoughts on Live Leak? I'm not going to lie to you. I think the people who really make a big deal out of being traumatized by images of violence are first timers. First time around this world. If you were an old soul, you have seen horrific deaths and experienced horrific deaths. And this might give you pause to say, oh man, that was horrible. But grow the fuck up. People die, and people die badly. Get used to it. You can't live in mortal terror. You have to make a friend of horror. You have to see this world and acknowledge it and love it. You can't live in fear. And the people who make such a big deal of, oh my God, I saw people get beheaded. Blah, blah. If you were around 300 years ago, you would have been in the crowd as a child, like 5 or 4, and you'd be jeering and cheering as people were hung and guillotined. Don't disagree with me. You know it's true. In the ancient past, not even in the ancient past, in the near past, you people loved public executions. I know you. I can see into your souls. Heracles' first furry.
We're the enemies of the pond.
We have countless enemies in the pond. Do you know or like Bataille? I have written about Bataille actually in reference to the I Ching, quite a fair amount. Koyeve, no interest. Clogs, I had a professor who quite liked clogs, but I don't know anything about him. How do you go on a high-stakes adventure without ruining your life? You just win. You do well at the adventure, and you win. Explain Starcash.
Starcash is a documentary about astrology, specifically about financial astrology, as a Trojan horse to get into the world, because I was tired of the skeptics. Exactly. Starcash. And then I found that when I talked to people about financial astrology, the skeptics, they were interested. They wanted to know how to make money. And so I thought that was a good way to snap up the masses who otherwise would not watch something about the stars.
Favorite work from Goethe other than Faust? I like his work in colors. And I do like The Sorcerer's Apprentice quite a lot. That's probably one of the better things Disney ever did, was his adaptation of The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Really make a gun on how to start practicing magic. I think my whole channel is that. Nice color coordination in regards to what? Mean to mischief.
Oh,
Horror like this, bright red. My name has the death ritual in it. Baba Booey. Baba Booey death ritual in 2026. Have you ever been witness to unexplainable physical phenomena? Of course, regularly. I can do it on command if we want. Not in front of the camera for you all, but if you meet me in person, it's very easy. They want stars with a side of money. Damn, I'm in the work truck with low-level normie coworkers. I wish I could listen. Advanced horseradish. Live up to your name. Be that bitter, intense flavor. Open the world. Open the nostrils of your coworkers to our odious miasma. How is your physiognomy rating? You can, Taylor Prosopa has talked about my, at least my dental physiognomy in some of his videos. Are wars magic rituals? At times, parts of wars are magic, but war is sometimes above magic, or war is just magic itself rather than a simple ritual. I think I was an evil scam artist in my former life. Well, you could be one right now if you wanted to. What does masonry have to do with Freemasonry? Well, it's all about the building of the temple in the original myth. Hiram, Abiff, just read. Not that you need to read it. Not that it matters at all. If you have migraines, you experience reality bending all the time. Absolutely. Pain and pleasure are magic in themselves. The manipulation of the senses, the manipulation of our experiences. Are you having fun, Hank?
this is fascinating. I've never done a live stream.
I enjoy a live stream when we're directly, if it's trying to talk among ourselves with an audience. I don't like it, but I like talking to the audience.
Yeah.
How to get the head out of the way. I've written about this at length as well. You have to cut your head off. You have to remove your head and think, with your other head. Now.
Is the third temple getting built soon? No.
Not answering. I don't like Castaneda. I don't like the teachings of Don Juan. I think Castaneda is boring. Nothing to me. There are better visionary writers like William Blake, who all of you must read. I've been saying for years. Thoughts on Charles Carroll? I think he was at his best when he was younger. I'm not a big fan of his conspiracy stuff, but it's amusing. Baudelaire is GOAT. I do love Baudelaire. Though I do think I prefer Rimbaud.
It's not.
If anybody wants a card reading, we are open to card readings. Ah, bro is back. I do like Devaraj Sandberg. Good call, Eric D. I am a fan of his. And then there's what? Lowen? Alexander Lowen is one of the other bioenergetic people. He's good.
Are you departing?
You done?
I'm done. I'm just grabbing this stuff so it's more easily accessible.
You're gonna work on stream?
No.
Saturn and Taurus. That's what Blair and I were born under. It's a hardworking sign placement. Crowley compares it with with Sherman, with General Sherman and Sherman's march. Very, very slow, deliberate, absolute path. Bro won't spill the secrets. Sam Hyde is even more of an internet minotaur now than he was back when I was talking about it. Do egg-headed egg mongers contain element? I don't know what an egg monger. The background looks like a skating rink with a couch in the center. Every major figure in my life has been a Taurus. Consciousness transfer into other bodies, not possible, never going to happen. Other than through, meditative inhabiting, but it's not like a transfer.
What about golems and homunculuses?
They're not in Soul.
What about in Twin Peaks?
The most interesting modern Reichian is Leon's. I have read Southgate as well. To me, the most fascinating modern Reichian is William S. Burroughs. Burroughs is the most. Nick Land. It's not explicit, but if you read enough Reich, you will see very clearly Land is a dark Reichian. This has been my theory on him for probably a decade now. Hey, Blair and Chris, where can we send you fan art? Thank you, Nin2DS. You could send it to Meme Intagency on Instagram, or you could email it to me at memeanalysis2@gmail.com. That is very sweet. Thank you.
Surprising they don't allow YouTube to let one comment images yet. It's kind of become the trend on all the platforms to be able to even comment videos and GIFs.
YouTube is so far behind in everything.
Dark Brandon rises. How do you know? I think with semen retention, you have to put yourself in the shoes of a monk who might live in a monastery. If you are...
Semen retention is elementary magic. You need to be piss retaining. You need to be poop retaining. You need to be retaining all bodily fluids. Leela, where are you? Card, how should I approach my current project? You should approach your current project through very, very hard work. This is something you really have to take time with and be devoted to. It's not something to take lightly at all. Thank you, Leela. Piss maxing. Have you ever read anything from Mike Ma? I have read Mike Ma. Mike Ma is a classic New Jersey boy. Do you have anything you want to say about Mike Ma?
Great guy.
one might say harsh. Okay, never mind. Thank you for the card. Would it be a bad idea to write poetry based on my dreams? No, you should. You should be writing poetry based on your dreams. What's going on?
I'm like too fucking large for this room, man.
You're in a coffin.
I gotta get out of here, man. It's too hot.
It is quite fucking hot. We're just about at. Do you want to just end in 10 minutes? We'll just be done. Stay with us.
Interview Hayley. Ask more questions about the dog.
Don't leave though.
Yeah, don't leave. Just give us 10 more minutes and we'll be done.
Just supervise from above. I'll stand.
Do you want to sit in the middle?
No, it's just fucking hot.
Why did both Young and Reich become interested in ufology? So UFOs are the image of Aquarius. I probably already talked about this at length, but I'll say it again. Ganymede is the cup bearer. What role do saucers have? They bear cups. They carry water. Ganymede, as the cupbearer, is famously abducted by Zeus in the form of an eagle. He is literally lifted up into the heavens onto Mount Olympus. Therefore, the archetypal alien abduction is inherent in the myth of Aquarius. The interest in ufology is an interest in the coming future, in understanding our current period of time.
Starcash deck, you can pre-order or reserve now on the site, and then on the 25th, we will start shipping. Ooh, the Venus and Chiron in the 6th house.
Venus.
Kind of tough.
I don't know. I think Chiron is just a rock floating in the sky. Venus is good. A 6th house Venus is a little bit rougher. Workplace romance. But in Libra, inevitably good. My beautiful Venus in Libra makes me very happy. Baudrillard, I'm not moved by Baudrillard. I can't lie.
It is, what's the star?
CA.SH.
Yeah.
Aliens are femboys. That is a fair analysis. Boxing arc when? Anytime, any place. If there are screen memories, is there screen folklore? I mean, this is essentially what Jung writes about, yes. UFOs are directly connected to nuclear radiation, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The stone of Aquarius in the old days was described as artificial glass. What is the most artificial glass but trinitite? Real ball knowledge, and down the line I will be having a lot more to say about that. It's something I've been working on for the past 3 years in regards to trinitite. Other works to read besides The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, I would read Blake's, and if we're talking about Blake, I would also then read Milton. I think Milton's a very fascinating text. And of course, Songs of Innocence and Experience, can't go wrong. Venus and Aries, Young Anarch, though I'd imagine you're a boy, in women, it's my favorite placement of Venus. I think it's very erotic in comparison to my Venus Libra. It's exciting. I think it's a good place to have Venus. Even though it's you can't go wrong with Venus. Venus is fun and pleasurable. So even when it's bad, it's like bad to the ancient. So it's like whorish. Meme analysis of internet aesthetic, liminal space. I do think I've talked about that before. So are UFOs inherently a mystery? Will their meaning just shift as the concept of unconscious shifts? UFOs are products of larger energetic forces. I would say that their cultivation of mystery is inherent, but yes, their meaning shifts over time. I am Pisces. Nothing to say about Pisces. Virgo, Mercury, first house. You're probably good at talking, Lilo. Aquarius, Jupiter, Uranus, Mercury, Venus in the 9th house. This is quite an exciting character, A1 user. You could probably do some crazy things with that. You should also go to college, go to university, and perhaps be a teacher.
Also, I will say, try not to silo separate parts of your chart. So when you ask, do you have anything to say about Pisces? It's almost kind of like a meaningless question because there is the relationship between all of the planets obviously will inform that.
What did Blake mean when he said Milton was of the devil's camp? So famously, Blake says Milton was of the devil's camp without knowing it because he wrote, in fetters, one of angels, and at length of devils. This is, essentially Blake's whole thesis is that the devil of Paradise Lost is Christ, and the Christ of Milton is Satan, of the Bible. It's a bit of a complex thing, but you'll understand it when you give some time to the marriage of heaven and hell and to what Christ means, Christ as an energetic being, whereas the church has made Satan the energetic one and Christ the dead, stilted one.
Professor Jiang is a very fascinating rise of characters like him in Clavicular. There's like a void on the internet right now, so if you want attention, just be radical, say things that 4chan has been talking about for a decade.
I gotta say some dark stuff to Jonathan. Your thoughts on the gray aliens appearing in bedrooms? I was scared to death that one may beam and I could almost cry. This, you should watch Mysterious Skin. That is the best advice that I would give, but it's indicative of likely bad things that happened. This is also in our deck. Home. There's a man in my room. There is. Bad stuff. Sorry to hear that, Jonathan. I would box you, but I live in Poland. I would only fight a U.S.-born person. I know that an Eastern European would probably outdo me. Borges, I think I've read the LF, and something about Nissan Son, or maybe I'm thinking of Pessoa. I like Pessoa as well. 4 more minutes, everybody. 4 more minutes. So if you want a card reading, now is the time. Is the cryptid deck... In the cryptid deck, how do you read devil, spirit, and sea monsters? So those are the mother letters, LF, Mem, Shin. These, as such, are types. These are typologies rather than individual creatures because they are elemental. Are they putting missing children into Popeye's chicken sandwiches?
Ask Santa Cruz Medicinals. He's only advertising the beef tallow because he's a part of the new Aeonic. Can you melt coins with your mind?
Should I be meaner to my anima? Absolutely not. Can you melt coins with your mind? That's not something I've tried. Any tips on how to read your I Ching articles? Tarot seems more straightforward. I don't know. I just read the articles and see what you think and sit around with them, play with it. 3 owl-headed, hunched-over beings looking at me in bed. MIA Emperor. Advice for my night out tonight. Be willing to be strange. Try to go onto a high place. Like get on top of a soapbox or a chair or a table. How... Okay. I'm going to say we have 1 more minute. We'll do 1 more minute, everybody. How can I get a tarot reading? Good question. Email me at memeanalysis2@gmail.com and just let me know. We can book it.
What do you think the intro astrology would be?
The Thoth deck.
Thoth deck.
This deck of cards. A lot to learn from it.
Give an example. Explain.
Okay, so the card that I just pulled, it's good. We just got 2 2s. So the 2 of Wands, which I just had, is Mars and Aries. This 2 of Cups is Venus and Cancer. You can learn a lot from that. Dennis J. asked, advice for inner transformation. In terms of inner transformation, a lot needs to happen on the outside. Inner transformation does not occur on its own. It is always a product of things going on in the life. Thoughts on Professor Jiang? You want to give him again?
It's good.
Just we're in a void. If any of you have the willingness to like make content right now, this is like the best time to make things. We're at age. Oh, looks like Dave's in the other room. If we want to add him at the end,
We're about to. Sorry, Dave. We're about to be ending the stream.
Right.
Next time.
Yeah, basically, Clav, and there is a vacuum, which is why Clav is sticking for so long. I think it's starting to turn in the next 3 to 6 months. I think a lot of people will harbor a lot more resentment and ill will towards him as a figure. Similarly with Professor Jiang, but this is a great time to say radical things. You can rise very rapidly if you are willing to, like, Candace is another great example. I mean, the stuff she is talking about and doing, it's a playbook that is very old, that Jones pioneered, and perhaps before him, Bill Cooper and a handful of other precedents. But, you know, this is the time because the public is way more receptive to some of these ideas. And also there's absolutely like multiple powers in the world vying for a non-unipolar narrative. So if you're trying to get some money, you can advocate for some different ways of thinking right now.
Finn was playing with his pet bee. You all know that I love Alan Moore. I think everybody should read From Hell. That's what I was very fixated on around this time last year. I made it all up, and it all came true anyway. That's the funny part. All right, everybody. MIA is signing off. Cheers to you all. Go on starca.sh. Pick up the new Starcash cards. They're blue and yellow for an amazing reason. Amazing reason. And if you want a reading or a chart reading, email me at memeanalysis2@gmail.com. All right, everybody. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.